Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
மாயனை மண்ணு வடமதுரை மைந்தனை தூய பெருநீர் யமுனைத் துறைவனை ஆயர் குலத்தினில் தோன்றும் அணிவிளக்கை தாயை குடல் விளக்கம் செய்த தாமோதரனை தூயோமாய் வந்து நாம் தூமலர் தூவித் தொழுது வாயினால் பாடி மனத்தினால் சிந்திக்க போய பிழையும் புகுதருவான் என்றெனவும் தீயினில் தூசாகும் செப்பேலோர் எம்பாவா குஷ்யதே யஸ்ய நகரே ரங்கயாத்ரா தினே தினே தமகம் சிரசா வந்தே ராஜானாம் குலசேகரம் கும்பே புனர்வசூ ஜாத்தம் கேரரே சோழபட்டனே கௌஸ்துபானாம் தராதீஷாம் குலசேகரே மாஸ்ரயே. Hare Krishna. Today's sloka is another beautiful sloka which connects with the previous slokas, where in the first sloka, Arvar is requesting the Lord so that he can chant the Lord's name constantly. And then when the Lord appeared in front of him, he couldn't control himself rather than praying for the protection of the Lord and victory of the Lord. That's sloka number 2. As he did this one, the third sloka comes into the place where he says the purpose of why he is doing this is so that he can always remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Any lifetime that for that matter, so he can remember always the lotus feet of the Lord. Now the question comes, why do you want to remember my lotus feet? Is it because you have some agenda in your mind that you want to get out of this one? That's why you are doing Jayatu Jayatu and praising me and worshipping me and doing all these things so that you can achieve something in your life. And for that question that the Lord had in his mind, we have to take this sloka that's coming up sloka, that Arvar is responding to Lord's thought process. And that is this fourth sloka. In this fourth sloka, there are 3 things he is going to tell that I am not interested in. And that's not the reason I'm coming and praying at your feet. And that's not the reason I want to remember you all the time. There's a 4th reason. That's all I'm expecting from you, not for any other reason. And that's going to be what Arva's prayer in the 4th sloka. Let's see what this beautiful 4th sloka is. nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ advandvam hētōḥ kumbhīpākam kurumapi hare nārakam nāpiranthum ramya rama mridudhanulata nandane nāpiranthum bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. Beautiful sloka, very beautiful sloka. nāhaṃ vandē is telling in the first line something. Second line, that's not the reason why I'm doing this one. And then it's going on telling this is not the reason for this one, but this is the only reason. I'm just wanting to remember your lotus feet. And what is that reason? That's all I really need. Nothing else is needed from my side. What I need is the sāshvatam. Sāshvatam means that which stays for a longer period, not as a temporary interim period. I want something from you that can stay within me for a long period of the time. Because in the world, many things that we attain doesn't stay with us for a long period of the time. Anything for that matter. It could be an object which doesn't have life, or it could be an object with life. Either one is not going to stay with us forever. Either we go first or that object will go first. Finish. So therefore, we want something that can stay with us for eternity. Is there even something, an object, something which can be staying for eternity? Is there anything, something like that? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves, because everything that we see around us, one day or the other is going to be perished. What can be something which can be imperishable? Something can never perish. And that is exactly what we are to know, and that is exactly what we need to pray to Krishna, that I want that one which can stay with me forever, sāshvatam, forever, not just for some period of the time. Even for that matter, some things which stays with us for some period of the time, we may not have the same interest of how we had before when we acquired that object. We all experience that one. The child especially, the child wants something desperately. And then as soon as the child gets that one, it plays for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and then the interest towards playing on that particular toy goes away. Either goes away because of whatever the reason, or the child has got attracted to some other object, better object or something else. So the interest towards the other object is lost. That we see. And it's not only for child, even for us also, we go through the same thing. When we get some object, whether it's a chetana or achetana, whether it's a conscious or whether it's a matter or a spirit, a living entity or a non-living entity. Initially, we have some attraction. Initially, we have some liking. Initially, we want to be with that all the time. But in over a period of the time, that becomes normal. And the attraction and all those things fades away as year passes, forcefully or voluntarily or for some other reason. Therefore, Arvar is going to pray here, I want something which is Shashvatam. Shashvatam means not like this, that what I've experienced all these years, but I want to have something for eternity, forever, can stay within my heart forever. And that is what Krishna is also saying in Bhagavad Gita, which we also saw yesterday, the beautiful sloka of what that we have to have within us forever. That Krishna is going to give us because we don't have it right now. And when he gives that one, as Arvar says, it will stay with us. Making something to stay with us is a very difficult thing. Getting something could be a possibility. We struggle and strain and do something. Somehow or the other, we get something. But then the toughest part is to retain what we get for a long period of the time. So Krishna is guaranteeing that he will give what we lack and make sure what he gives us stays us forever. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham ananya sintayanto mam ye jana pariyupasate tesa mithyabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So that is exactly the theme of this particular sloka, where Arvar is asking one thing which can stay with me forever, life after life after life. Nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ kumbhīpākam kurumapi hare nārakam nāpirantum ramya rama mridudunalata nandane nāpirantum bhave bhave hridaya bhavare bhaveyam bhavantam. Now let's see the meaning of this particular sloka. Here, the first line says, nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ. Dvandvam means duality. Opposite of dvandvam is a. If you add an a in front of a word, that negates or tells the like dharma. When you add a in front of dharma, it becomes adharma. Opposite of that, right? Likewise, dvandvam, advandvam. The usage of words are very poetic, very beautiful. Nāhaṃ, aham, I do not. Nāhaṃ, I am not. Vandē. Vandē is not in Tamil language, vandē means to come. That's not what vandanam is, what is meant here in Sanskrit. Vandē means vandanam. I am not coming here to worship you, bow down, mūrdhana pranipatya yache, in the previous sloka, Mukunda mūrdhana pranipatya yache. I am not bowing down in front of you at your lotus feet, so that tava, at your charana, at your lotus feet, caraṇayōḥ, at your lotus feet, dvandvam means the pair duality. What are the duality? There are many dualities in the world. Everything is based on this duality. That is sukham, dukkam, right? Sukha dukke same kritva labha labho jaya jayahu. Victory and then failure, cold and heat. And there are always dualities, that we are surrounded by the dualities. This world is full of dualities. Today I'm happy, tomorrow I may cry. If I am crying today, tomorrow I'll be laughing. So it's always as a duality that goes through. It's not necessary today. In the same day also we may cry and we may laugh and what not. Everything happens for us in a day. Therefore, nāhaṃ vandē, I am not here to bow down my head at your lotus feet, mūrdhana pranipatya yache, and asking you something at your lotus feet to be escaped from the duality. Duality means dvandvam. Advandvam hētōḥ, the cause, right? Hētōḥ. Dvandvam advandva hētōḥ. The reason, whatever the reason, I'm not here to pray to you to to be freed from the dualities of the world. Duality is always a problem for us. Therefore, I don't want to pray to you for being released from the duality. Releasing from the duality means what? As long as we are in this world, we are going to be bombarded by this dvandvam, this duality. Always. When we are completely free from dvandvam, which is advandvam, when we are in advandvam stage, that means we are not in this world. We are not in this world. Only in this world, there are always dualities. Happiness, distress, hot, heat, victory, failure, praises, disgrace. All those things happen in this world. But that's only in this world. I'm not come here to pray for that. Means what? I'm not asking you to escape me from this world to attain mukti or liberation. Nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ. I'm not here to come to ask you, please give me moksha. Because many people not interested in anything else, but they know that this world is full of problems. They've gone through many things in their life, either personally or by seeing others suffering. Therefore, they are fed up of this world. They want to get out of this one. It's too much to handle. Too much to handle. Every single time there's a problem. As we think life is going very nicely and smoothly, something will come as hit us. And then again problem. So this is a constant thing that keeps happening. Therefore, some people are interested not to come back into this world. And not that they want to go and serve God. That's another thing. They just simply want to get rid of this problem of duality, dvandvam. Advandvam hētōḥ. That means they want to be liberated. They don't know what liberation means, but they want to be liberated, so they don't want to come back again and suffer like this. So Krishna is asking, Mukunda is asking, well, if you don't want to attain moksha, then you're praying and falling at my feet because you might have committed, or you have committed so many of sins, or you're afraid that you will be going to the hellish planet. So you're praying and falling at my feet. So you can be somehow or the other escape from going to hell. Because hell is not going to be easy. It's a suffering. It's miserable. Are you praying for that one? That's another line. Kumbhi pakam gurum api hare narakam napi rantum napinetum. Kumbhi pakam gurum api hare. Kumbhi pakam. This is Kumbhi pakam. Is a name itself very scary because Kumbhi means a pot or a vessel. Pakam means pakam. Nala pakam, they say, right? Nala Maharaj was very good in cooking. Nala pakam. Kumbhi pakam means one who cooks very nicely. So Kumbhi pakam means there is a pot. This is a place, like how we have many places in United States of America. We have St. Louis, we have Dallas, we have Houston, we have Columbia, we have Carbondale and all those different places, Milwaukee and all different places. There are number of hells, not one hell. There are many number of hells. Based on what sin we do, accordingly go to that particular hell. Most of them go to different hells because people doesn't do one sin, they do multiple sins. That means they get migrated from one hell to another hell. After finishing there, whatever they need to get done, from that hell to another hell, they go to several different hell, because sins are unlimited. We have committed so many sins that one hell is not sufficient enough for people who have done a lot of sins. Therefore, Krishna is asking that maybe you don't want to go, you're not interested in moksha, but maybe you are praying at my lotus feet so that you can escape from Kumbhi pakam. There is a hell called Kumbhi pakam. Kumbhi pakam is, as I was saying, kumbha means a pot, pakam means to cook. In this pot, they'll pour a oil. I don't know whether it is a cold pressed, a peanut oil or sunflower oil, vegetable oil. I have no idea what oil they use, organic cold pressed oil or processed oil, I don't know. Some oil they will be using. In that oil, it's a boiling oil. It just boils. And then we will be taken and then dropped into that one, in that oil. We'll get fried. It's just simply like, French fries. We'll be fried. This is hell fry. So they fry all of the people who have done such particular sin, they will put into this oil, and then they will fry this person and take them out and take them again and put. Oh, one more point. If the sin is so serious that the particular some may ask this question, how is it even possible for one to go and suffer over there, because you leave the body here, and then when you go there you don't have a body, and how can you say that you will put into the oil, you will be frying? Atma cannot be burnt, Atma cannot be withered, Atma cannot be dried, Atma cannot be cut into pieces, Atma cannot be burnt into oil. Nothing is going to happen to the Atma. Then how the Atma is going to go through the pain and suffering? Because if we think like that, just think about Krishna's program. It's a special program. When we go to the hellish planet, we will be given a body called Yatana Shariram. Yatana Shariram. It's a different type of, it's also made of Panchabhuta, but it's called Yatana Sharira. That body will be given to us for suffering purpose. Likewise, when we go to the heavenly planet, we will be given a particular type of body where we can enjoy over there. But let's come to the hell first. So we'll be given a body. In this body, we'll be tortured, suffered. We have to go through so much of stuff. Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 26th chapter, gives list of hells, number of hells: Tamishra, Antatamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, Kala Sutra, Asipatravana, Antakupa, Krimi Bhojana, Sandhamsha, and Vaitarani, Puyoda, Vishashana, Lala Bhaksha, Avichi, Thula Protra, like that, many, at least 24, 27 different types of hell has been given, because now that holiday season, people think about where am I going to go and spend some time. They look into this area of the estate and drive. Should we drive for 1 hour, 2 hours? Should we go for 10 hours drive? Different areas. So people who are interested to explore different options of what are different hells, the list has been given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sula Prota, Suchi Mukha. So there are different hells are there. Just to give some sample of what punishment will lead, what sin will lead to what particular hell. If a person steals the money of others, if a person steals others' money, if a person steals others' wife in the name of being a friend, and then finally takes away his friend's wife, or takes away someone else's possessions, they will be put into a hell called Tamishra. Over there, it's a dark planet, it's a dark hell. The person will be beaten up and rebuked, and they'll be not given water to drink, food to eat, nothing. This person has to suffer. He faints off, he gets up, again beaten up. When he faints off and gets up, again beaten up. Likewise, Antatamishra. Antatamishra is when someone tricks another man and somehow takes other person's possession by making some tricks. And that person is put into a condition called Antatamishra. He'll be chopped into pieces, like how a tree is being chopped. Likewise, they have a special weapon or something. They will chop this person into pieces. You must be thinking, after the chop, what is that? Again, the body joins, again they will chop. But the thing is, this person will go through the pain and suffering. The person will go through severe pain and suffering. So there are like that. There's another thing called Kumbhipakam. That is what Alvar is. Kumbhipakam Purumapi Hare Narakam Napirantum. Where Kumbhipakam is a place where if someone is trying to satisfy their tongue and build their body by cooking animals and birds and eating, animals and birds, then they will be put into this oil, boiling oil, and they will be cooked like those animals. So like the different types of hells are there. One should be very careful not to do any sins. Also, there's another place where if anyone is coming into your house and then you don't treat them well, and you're staring at the person when they come to your house, and there is a particular hell where they go there, and person will be tied on the tree, And there'll be a bird which come with big beak. It'll come and poke our eyes, because with this eye you stared at your guest. You did not welcome the guest very nicely. Like that, someone will be put into that situation. And also there's another hell called Vaitarani. Vaitarani is a full of water. It's like a river, but this river is not what we want to go on a vacation to take bath and swim and things like that, because this river is made of stool, urine, pus, blood, and filled with hair, nails, bones, marrow, flesh, and fat. This is how it will be. If anyone who mistreats, anyone who's in a position, they do not do their duty, then those people will be put into this river called Vaitarani river, where there'll be aquatics and animals along with this other abominable, disgusting thing that I just mentioned. The animals and things will be also there, where this person has to suffer by being in this particular place. Therefore, different hells are being told. So Krishna is asking to Arva, okay, you don't want to go to attain moksha and come to me. Maybe you're praying so that you can be escaped from these different types of hell. Is that the reason? And Arva is saying that no. Kumbi pakam kurum api hari. Kurum means these heavens are, it's not, someone may think, well, what is all this thing? This is all not true. This is just to bring fear in people's hearts, and so that they can behave properly. Well, one can take in that way also, but this is all not fiction. It's not made up thing. Shastra says these hells are literally exist. Literally exist. Therefore, one has to be very careful and try to be careful in that sense, not commit these mixes. But devotees are guaranteed they will not go to these hells, because they have a devotee qualities. They will not make mistake. But even if the devotees make mistake, then this is where Kulashekara comes into the picture, saying, I don't know, if I might have committed some mistake, then I may have to go to Kumbi Pakam. But I'm not here to pray to you, Krishna, to release me or remove me or give waiver form, so that I don't need to go to Kumbi Pakam or Raurava, Maharaurava, Tamishra, Mahatamishra, these hells. That's not the reason. Hari, he mentions Hari, Purum Api Hari. Hari means Hari Harati Papani. He's using these names very carefully. In other places where he says Mukunda, here he says Hari. Hari means one who removes all the papams, all the sins that we committed. So he's using the names appropriately. Hari, Kurum Api Hari Narakam. Narakam is hell. Na apinantum. Napi netum means to remove me, from escape me from going to hellish condition. That's line number 2. Now Krishna is asking, oh, I understand now. So you don't want to go to, you don't want to attain moksha, and you're not praying that to be escaped from the hellish thing. I think maybe you're very much interested in wanting to go to the Nandana garden. You want to go to a heavenly planet where all the devatas are there, where there are beautiful apsaras are there, the heavenly damsels are there. You want to go there and enjoy your life there. Looks like that's what your idea is. That's why you said, Mukunda, Murna, Pranipatya Yache, you are falling at my feet to remember my lotus feet, so that at the end of your life, you can leave this body and go to heavenly place, Swargaloka, and enjoy that. For that, he is responding, Arvar is responding, Ramya, Rama, Mrudu Tanulata, Nandane Napirantum. Ramya. Ramya means very charming, very delightful, very beautiful. That is called Ramya. Rama, yes, Rama means ladies, women, girls. Ramya Rama, Mrutu. Mrutu means very tender, soft. Komalam, we saw, right? Previously we saw Komalanga. Same thing. Mridu means soft as a creeper, as soft like a newly budded flower. The girls in the heavenly planet are like that. They don't need to apply or go to any any sort of beauty parlor. They don't need to do any of those things. Naturally, they are like that. They're very like a soft tender. Their body is in soft tender. The way that they smile, the way that they look at you, and their movements of their body and the sweet voice. It's all charming. So Ramya, Rama, Mridu, Lata means the creeper. Here, Lata means creeper, the creeper. They have a creeper like a body. Tanu means body. They have a creeper like a body, a charming ladies, like Rambha, Urvasi, Tilotama, and all those different, these are quite famous names that we know, but these are not only the damsels in the heaven. There are many, many more. Some of them we don't even know by name. These are the ones that we hear from Puranas and Itihasas, right? But otherwise, there are many, many such damsels are there. Like that, where they are in the place, the beautiful garden of Indra, Nandana means there's a beautiful, there are many, many gardens. There are many, it's not one garden, many gardens are there, heavenly gardens. So looks like you want to go to the heavenly planet and enjoy in that garden with these girls, these people. And I was Napi Rantum. Rantum means to enjoy. Napi Rantum, I don't want to enjoy. Ramya, Rama, Mridu, Danu, Lata, Nandane, Napi Rantum. Nor I want to enjoy the tender, charming woman in the heavenly Nandana garden of Indra Loka. I don't want to enjoy them also. Krishna is just thinking, really? You don't want to go attain moksha? You don't want to be escaped from the hellish planet? And you don't even want to go to heaven? It's just surprising because most of the people come to me asking for either they want to enjoy or they want to be out of fear. They pray to me so that they don't go to hellish condition, or people come to me so asking that I want to attain moksha. And these are the only thing I can think of. How come that you're not interested in any of these things? How come most of the people are interested in going to heaven or going to attain moksha or be free from the hellish condition, and you're saying that you're not interested in any of these things? What is the other thing that you have in your mind? You don't want any of this thing. Tell me, what is that you want, Kulashekara? What is that you want? And lastly, he says, Bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. Bhave, at every stage of my being, my existence, every stage of my existence in my life, at any moment, hridaya means heart. Hridaya bhavanam means a place, a mansion, vidya bhavan. Bhavan means it's a place where things happens, mansion, right? Bhavan. Hridaya bhavanam means, in other words, we can say that a temple of my heart, a mansion of my heart. This is called Hridaya Bhavanam. Bhave, Hridaya Bhavane, Bhavayeyam means Yeyam, Bhavayeyam, Bhavantam. Bhavayeyam means dwelling, to dwell in or to contemplate. Let at every stage of my life, in my heart, Bhavantam, you be seated in my heart, where I can contemplate you who is seated in my heart. Bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. This is what the Sloka says. That is, I don't worship you for getting liberated from the duality. I'm not praying to you to be escaped from the hellish condition, nor I'm praying to you so that I can enjoy in the heavenly planet. In every existence in my life, this life or lives to come in the future, I don't know how many life I'm going to take, because I know about myself, what all I have done. Therefore, for me to go through my karma and everything, one life is not sufficient enough. It's going to take several lifetimes. That doesn't matter for me. It's okay. I'm fine with it. But then any life I take at any stage of my life, this is very important point. Any life, any number of life I take is one thing. Taking life is one aspect. Within that life that I've taken, any stages within that life, whether it's a happiest moment or sad moment, doesn't matter. In my heart, temple of my heart, mansion of my heart, my dear Lord, come and dwell in my heart. That is the only prayer I'm praying. You see this? Initially, Ekam, he said, first he said that Bhavantam Ekantam Yantam Artham. I just have one prayer for you. Now he's adding up another prayer here. Right? First thing he said, I should not forget your lotus feet. Now he's coming. This is what we saw in one of our previous session also. This is how things starts. They say, I don't want anything. I just want one thing. When you give that one thing, they will ask for the second thing. When you give the second thing, they go to the third thing. They keep on asking until they get Krishna himself. Right? That is devotee's mood. Likewise, here also, he says, I just want you, my only wish is that you keep dwelling in the temple of my heart, in the mansion of my heart. That is what I'm praying here. Nothing as nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ kumbhīpākam kurumapi hare nārakam nāpirantum ramya rama mridudhanu lata nandane nāpirantum bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. From the first line, he says, I am not interested in liberation. From the second line, Father, he says, I am not afraid of going to hellish condition. That's not what I'm praying. From the third line, he is telling, I'm not even interested in going to the heavenly planet. The only thing I want is, I want you to dwell into my heart all the time. Therefore, I can remember you all the time. If you see the theme, I already mentioned earlier in the starting that this third sloka, fourth sloka, fifth sloka, sixth sloka, all the slokas, one thing. The theme is, I should never forget you. I should never forget you, Krishna. And this is exactly how in Shishtastakam also we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisa kamaye mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatat bhaktir ahaitukhi tvai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praises, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam va jagadisa kamaye. I don't want wealth. I don't want all this good birth. I don't want beautiful women. I don't want any of these things. Nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ. You can see the parallels between these slokas here. Right? Mama janmani janmaneshvare bhavatat bhakti rahaitukhi tvaye. All I'm asking is bhakti at your lotus feet. I don't want anything else. I simply want to be completely dedicated in devotional service at your lotus feet. I am not interested in anything else. So this is exactly how there's one particular incident that took place to understand how the great devotees think their body to be temple. Right now we are thinking the body to be I, right? Many of us are thinking, I am this body. I am so and so. I am an Indian, I'm an American, I'm an Australian, I am black, I'm yellow, I'm white, I'm pink, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm husband of someone, I'm wife of someone, I'm child of someone, I'm a citizen of some country, I'm an employee of some employer. We have different identification to us. Therefore, whatever we are trying to do is all based on this particular body. The body seems to be the focus of our existence. Body, I am this body, therefore I reside in this body. Even for those who are in spiritually inclined people, some in their earlier stages, people think that I am this body, I am Atma residing in this body. And therefore I need to maintain this body so that I can continue to do what I need to do. My dharma and so forth, I need to do. Life is short. I am in this body. I got this body based on my karma. As long as I live, I use this body as a vehicle to go towards the destination. This is nothing wrong. This is good. This is one level of higher degree of understanding rather than thinking I am and body and Atma are one and the same. That is very low level. But Atma and body one and the same is a low level understanding. And then coming to the higher understanding, Atma is different and body is different. Sharira, Atma are two different things. I'm here because of my karma. Therefore, I have to use this body as a vehicle to clear up whatever I need to do in this lifetime. So that is another level of that's the next level of understanding. Whereas, let me tell you one small incident that took place in a place called Srirangam. In Srirangam, there was a great saint by his name called Parasara Bhatta. Parasara Bhatta. We heard some of his stories in the past sessions also. Parasara Bhatta. Parasara Bhatta was a great saint, well reputed, respected. He is the head of Srirangam at that point of time. Is also a son of Kuratarwan, Kuresh. If you know the story of Kuresh, who lost his eyes for his Guru Ramanujacharya. So Kuresh, Kuratarwan son is Parasara Bhatta. Parasara Bhatta became appointed as a head of Srirangam for the Vaishnava community. And then he was living there. But the thing is that Parasara Bhatta has this golden bangle, and then he has all the fingers is, has golden rings with studded and unstudded and etc. All different things. He wears the chain, golden chain, many. So all the ornaments are around his body. And he gives classes about detachment and so forth. So there are some of them were not comfortable because you need to speak what you follow, what you walk. If you're not, it's not going to be effective if you say something and you don't follow what you say. Therefore, some of the audience, people who are sitting over there, they were just not comfortable that he's talking about detachment, he's talking about these things. But look at him, he's wearing a silk dhoti and silk chadar, and then he's wearing all his ornaments. What is he talking about? Why he's giving me a lecture? So some of them couldn't take this anymore, and they went and directly asked Bhatter, you speak about all this thing, detachment and the material things, and so look at you. You're fully loaded. Even the newly married girl will not have all these ornaments, but you're having all this wonderful thing. What's happening here? And the response that Bhatter gave was very interesting. He said, this is not enough. Actually, I need to wear more expensive ornaments, expensive clothes. I have to have more. Please get me more if you can. And the people got bewildered. What? I thought you're going to remove all this thing and give away all this thing, but looks like you need more. What's happening, Bhatta? Then Bhatta said, listen, I'm wearing these things not for my enjoyment. I'm wearing these things because this body is a temple and the Lord is present within me. When the Lord is present within me, I definitely cannot give him a place which is not appropriate for him. That place where the Lord stays should be decorated nicely, should be taken to give the best quality when the Lord is staying somewhere. Therefore, the temple should be kept very clean, very nice, and have all expensive, nice things because Krishna is present there. This body is nothing but the temple. And within the temple, there's a small temple altar, and that altar is called Hridaya Bhavanam. Hridaya Bhavanam, the heart where the Lord resides, the Hridaya Bhavanam. Therefore, the Lord's within the heart is there. Therefore, I am dressing up like this, doing this so that the Lord is pleased by my service. I'm not wearing this is for my own sense enjoyment. That is not what I am doing here. Even in Vishnu Puranam, on Bhagavatam also, we see that when Prahlad Maharaj, when the little Prahlad was thrown away, he was trying to be killed by his own father in different means and different ways. But whatever Hiranyakashipu was trying to do, he was unsuccessful. Prahlad was coming back, not even a little bit of scratch on his body. He's coming back as he was before. So at one point of time, Hiranyakashipu said, well, take him out and throw him from the top of the hill. Throw him out. Then no one can save him. He will die. He will be crushed into powder, crushed into chutney. So he'll fall. So let him do that one. And then all the asuras, they took him to the top of the hill. And then they said, Prahlad, at least we are feeling sad for you. At least this time, please forget Narayana and chant your father's name. Instead of chanting Narayana's name, Om Namo Narayanaya, you start chanting Om Hiranyakashipu. You start chanting your father's name. And he didn't listen to that. He said, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. He was just chanting. And these asuras did not have any choice. They pushed him off the hill. They pushed him off the hill. As they pushed him off the hill, what happened was, it's quite interesting. When you fall down, how do we fall? How do we fall? We try to raise our hand and try to find a place or something to land ourselves safely. And when we try to do, we crack our, something will happen, definitely will happen. Therefore, he was trying, that's how generally people try to, when they fall off from something, they try to catch hold of something or land something they try to do. Interestingly, I know this camera is not completely showing, it's only showing my big face, but he was just holding like this. He was holding his chest like this. It's not normal. It's not normal. He was just holding to his chest, left side of his chest like that. And then quite interesting, why you would even hold? Because the mode of prahlad is, now I am rolling over here. When you roll, what happens? The object within our body is going to get disturbed from its location. And of course, all the organs that we have is going to be in its place. That's not going to, it's not like a net got loose and it's going to shift and here, it's not like that. But one person who's sitting there will get disturbed. That is nāhaṃ. The Lord is sitting in my heart. He is sitting in my heart. What will happen to him when I start rolling like this? Therefore, let me take care of him. So he was holding. This is bhava. If people doesn't have this bhava, they think, how can you say that you're holding here and that's going to protect the Lord who's sitting inside? If you're asking all these different questions, that means we don't have any bhakti. This is exactly what we said earlier also. When bhakti increases, we don't know what we do. We do crazy things. Crazy things is not offending devotees. That is also crazy. That is not accepted. We do things like Vidra, what he did, and like how Prahlad, what he is doing. All these things, they don't know what they are doing. They do things which, for our eyes, common people, the conditioned souls like us, for us, this is crazy. You're telling that he's falling from the hill and is holding to save God. Why you should save God? God has to save us, right? And how can, by just holding your chest, you can protect it? These are all technical questions, cannot be answered for people who doesn't have little bit of understanding of the mode of prahlad and mode of Parasara Bhatta and so forth. Therefore, we should understand, therefore Alvar is telling, bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. And what is that? Now the question is, why is Alvar, Kulashekara is asking, you come and reside in my heart so that I can always contemplate, always remember you. Why? Because he is very smart. We should understand how smart Alvar is here. When you bring in the Lord, what happens is that Krishna has one particular thing. He is very possessive nature. He is possessive. Like how we are possessive of, sometimes people are possessive. You tell something about your child, you get mad about it. You don't want someone coming and complaining about your child. Right? For Yashoda, it's become a normal program. Forget about the Krishna Leela. For her, every single day she keeps hearing about complaints about Krishna. It became normal. If someone doesn't come and complain her, they get bored. So that's different mood altogether. But generally, the parents does not like their children to be said something wrong by their neighbors or friends or something like that, right? Likewise, Krishna also is very particular. He doesn't, when he's being worshipped, he wants only him to be worshipped. He doesn't want Krishna I also worship Krishna. Why, Prabhu? Why are you not why only you people are only worshiping Krishna? Why not others? Because it's not our problem. It's Krishna's problem. Krishna doesn't like. Krishna specifically mentioned Sarvadharmana Parityajya Mam Ekam. He uses the term called Ekam. Mam Ekam Sharanam. You worship and you fall at my feet and you surrendered unto me alone. He mentions, therefore, as a follower of Bhagavad Gita, we just following Krishna's instruction. As Krishna said, just worship me and me alone. If you worship me with everyone else, then I'm going away. You can just be with others, but not me. That's how Krishna is. That's Krishna. We can't ask Krishna, you please better change and accommodate my way of worship. He's not going to like it. Therefore, what happens is in Hridaya Bhavanam, in our heart, in the mansion of our heart, in the temple of our heart, when we bring in Krishna, when we request Krishna to come and reside inside, first thing he does is he throws away whatever we have inside. He vacates things. Like I might have told this example. If you have properties in India and you are living in America, United States of America, and you purchase your land and the land has been lying down for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you've never been to that land, and one fine day your parents or your brother, hey, you purchased a land 20 years back. You want to go and take a look, and you said, yeah, let's go and see if we can do something with the land. And you go to the land, to your surprise, there's a mansion there. There's a building already there. Not only building is there, it's been rented to people, and the owner is also living there, and everyone is there. And you must be happy, right? Oh, someone has freely built a house for us. No, someone has occupied your land. Someone has taken your land, and they are living happily over there. Right? They're happily living there. But what are we going to do? It's so very difficult to get them out. Once the people occupied your house, your land, it's not an easy, it's a civil court. It just goes on for years and years and years, generation after generation after generation. You may spend more money than the purchase of the land price. But we are so attached to the land, we will not give up. We want to fight to get that land back. So that's how it happens. The interesting thing is that this is all happens, right? You have a land, someone builds a land the land doesn't belong to that person. He builds a house on that land, and not only he builds, he sells the land to someone else. What a great program. That's not his land, and on top of it, he builds. After building, he's selling it to someone else. That other guy is so smart. He sells to someone else. So finally, you lost track of what happened here. Your land is totally lost. Our heart is also, we have lost our heart to so many different things. Lust, anger, greed, all the different things. We have just given it to without even getting paid for letting these entities to live in our heart. We are not paying anything, but they've occupied without even being invited. They've been occupied. They've taken over our life. They stay in our heart. They've taken over, completely taken over. Now, what are we going to do? How are we going to get rid of these people? Devi Isha Gunamai Mamamaya Dhuratyaya. It's so very difficult. It is not an easy program to get these things from our heart out. We cannot do that one. So what to do? Then you need to find, if you are in Telangana or Andhra or wherever, or Tamil Nadu or Bangalore or Delhi or wherever it is, you need to find a big politician. That's the only way. You have to find a politician and then tell him, please do something for me. These people have occupied and they're not getting out of the house. You hand over the responsibility to that politician or someone in a high post or official person or something, then that person will make sure these people are out of the house and we can get the Hridaya Bhavanam. We can get the property back. Now the property is not under our control. Therefore, look at this beauty. Bhave, Hridaya Bhavane, Bhaviyayam Bhavantam means where the Kulashekara is saying, my dear Lord, you please come and settle down in my heart. This is something that we can always learn something rather than trying to deal with the negative things that we have in our life. Rather, we focus on the positive aspect. Prabhu, I cannot do this service. I cannot do that one. When will I become a devotee? I have so much anarthas. I am sinful. I have kama, krodha. I have all those different unwanted things. I have to work hard so that I can become a devotee. I can chant nicely and I can get initiated, etc., etc. This is one way of program. You perfect yourself and then surrender to Krishna is one way of program, right? That's one type people follow that program. There's another type of program. I will surrender. You make me perfect. You make me perfect. So it depends on people. Devotees are so different. They can take either one. Let me take my time to purify myself so that I can get initiated. I can become serious in my life. Then I can surrender to Krishna. One program. Second program is, that's not going to happen for me. It's a too long of process. I know about what I am, but I'll give myself to you, Krishna. You now taking care of my anarthas and all those things that you take care of me. I don't need to worry about it. When we hand over our life to Krishna, the boss comes inside the house. He comes into the house. And as soon as he comes, he doesn't have to do anything. Once he comes inside, everyone flies off. They fly left and right out of fear. They just runs away. What we have to do is bring Krishna into our heart. That is what we need to do. When we bring Krishna into our heart, everything will go away. How do we bring Krishna into us? As much as possible, we stay connected with devotees and stay connected in Krishna consciousness. We should never give up our Krishna consciousness at any point of our life. Anything could happen in our life. Situation could be in a way that is not favorable for us. Doesn't mean I'm not in a mood to chant today, Prabhu. My life is miserable, so I want to give up. It's okay. Let me focus on other thing to settle down in my life, and then I can resume my chanting. I can do my services. No, it's not that way. You continue chanting. You do this thing because that thing is going to happen anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's going to, just because you're stopping this one and doing that one, we have not found a permanent solution for the problems in our life. Like how Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada met for Bhakti Siddhanta for the first time. At the time, it was a British rule in India. And then Bhakti Siddhanta was telling it is emergency, it is important that we have to take up Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada at that point was a young man, Abhayacharan. He was telling that, Swamiji, what are you talking? Now we have to get independence first, and then talk about bhakti, chanting, and all that. It comes later. Now the country is in an emergency situation where you have to get independence from the British. And Bhakti Siddhanta said, well, you cannot wait for that one to be solved to take up this one, because that is an ongoing program. Today you are a slave of this particular government, this particular country. Tomorrow you will be slave of someone else. We are all slave of someone or the other. The slavery has not gone. The only difference is that time we were forcefully a slave of someone. This time we elected someone to be slave. That's the only difference. So this is not going to change. Therefore, this cannot wait. This cannot wait. So Krishna consciousness is very important to take it right away. Therefore, Alvar is telling, bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. Bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. So when Alvar is saying kumbi pakam kurum api hare, narakam and swargam, he defines this, what is narakam and what is swargam. In Ramayana, there's a beautiful conversation takes place in Ayodhya Kanda, second Kandam, 30th chapter, where there's a conversation happens between Sita and Ramachandra. By the way, today is weekend, so we'll be a little relaxed in our presentation until I was consciously looking at time and trying to get done all this day by 1 hour. Today it will be a little relaxed. Hope you're all okay with it. So please bear with me. No, the conversation when Rama has been told that, well, you got to get out of the kingdom and you cannot be the king and you have to be out of the kingdom in the forest for 14 years. Then he comes to his wife, beloved wife Sita, and then he says, Sita, I'm just going out. I'll be back in 14 years. That's how he says, I'll be back in 14 years. And Sita is asking, come on, 14 years? You said you will be back in 14 years. That means you're going without me. Rama said, yes, I'm going without. What's the problem? What happened? Well, this is the news. I cannot be the king, number one. Number two, I have to be out for 14 years in the forest. Oh, Sita became so very happy. And she became very happy. If it was someone else, they said, oh, I know about that mother-in-law. She's always like this. Mother-in-law, daughter-in-law problems and all those things will come. But whereas here, she didn't even take anything, any bad name against Kaikeyi, or neither about Dasaratha. She became very excited. She said, I'm all for it. And then she told Rama, just wait. And she went back, brought 2 suitcases, one for Rama and one for herself. Rama said, what is this thing? Give me one box. No, I'm also coming with you. And Rama is a very beautiful conversation, how a husband cares for his wife. Just because we are in Krishna consciousness does not mean everything, and we don't need to be caring for our spouses or children. It's not like that. Love, Krishna consciousness is about love, but love based on Krishna consciousness, not based on body consciousness. That's the only difference. The love should be existing irrespective of whether you're in Krishna consciousness or not in Krishna consciousness. The difference is in non-Krishna consciousness love, it's based on Sharira Bandham, whereas in the Krishna consciousness is Atma Bandham. The relationship is based on Atma. So here, Mother Sita is saying, I'm coming with you. And Rama saying, do you know where you are heading to? Sita said, yes, forest, to forest. And do you know what's there in forest? Well, of course, I've heard many times. You should know the forest is not a place that we can go happily. It's a forest. It's a dangerous place with full of wild animals and reptiles, and the pathway is not smooth like how you have in Ayodhya here and in Janakapuri. You've been brought up so nicely. Your father and mother have taken care of you so nicely. You've not gone through any hardship. But living in forest is hardship. The pathway is going to be full of thorns and pebbles and stones and water here and there. And sometime it may be thundering, it may rain, the trees may get fire and it may fall off. And even you won't have proper place to sleep, like how you're sleeping here happily. You won't have any place to sleep. You don't know what's going to come next. So it's a dangerous place, Sita. Do you know it's going to be hellish? This is what Rama says. It's going to be hellish. It's going to be hellish. At that point of time, Sita said, Ya tvaya sahasa swargo nirayo yat tvaya vina iti jhana param pritim gaccha maya saha. At that point of time, Sita says, I have a question for you, Ramachandra. My dear husband, I have a question for you. Rama says, what? Please explain to me what is Swarga and what is Narakam. See, they have a serious conversation. Rama is going to go to forest. At that point of time, you're sitting and asking basic questions. This is basic question. Please explain to me what is Swargam and what is Narakam. And Rama laughed. Come on, this is not the time to talk all this thing. Let me go. No. Hold on. Please answer my question and then you can go. Tell me what is Narakam and what is Swargam. And Rama became very happy because you will become, if someone is audience are asking the known question, the speaker becomes very happy. If the speaker has been challenged with some questions, speaker will start doing all sort of signs and symbols to take some time to remember. This all, I know because I'm expressing, because I've gone through all these things. Therefore, take some time and try to make some jokes and all that. In back of his mind is making some answers prepared. That's why he's not able to give answer immediately, making cracking jokes. I do all the time. So now Rama was laughing. What are you asking? No. Please tell me what is Narakam, what is Swargam. Rama, a student of Vasishta, he just happily said, well, Swargam is a place where the pious people who have a lot of good credits, they go there and enjoy their good credits. Okay. Sita was quietly listening. And then he said, Narakam? Narakam is nothing. It's a place where the impious people go there and they suffer for their sinful activities. Okay, shall I go now, Sita? I answered your question. No, wait. You can go if your answer was correct. What is wrong? Your answer is wrong. What? What is wrong in what I said? It's wrong, absolutely wrong, my dear husband. It's wrong. That's not the right answer. How do you say it's not right answer? I'm a student of Vasishta. How can you say it's wrong? Well, the first thing you should have asked when I asked you the question, on what context, or you should have asked for whom, because Narakam or Swargam varies according to the person. It's not the same for everyone. How, really? What do you mean by that? See, if you're going to do a kirtan and you've been put into a schedule to sing kirtan, 4-hour kirtan, and then on that day you got cold and cough, it will be Narakam for that person. It will be Narakam for that person. But if he's able to do a nice kirtan, it is Swargam for that person. Rama was quietly listening. If a beggar gets a meal for a day, it is Swargam for that person. If the beggar does not get anything to eat, it is Narakam for that person. Therefore, Swargam and Narakam is based on the person's consciousness and the mood and what they go through in their life. This is not what Sita is saying to deny that existence of literal Naraka and Swarga. She knows that Narakam and Swargam exist, but for this conversation purpose, she is trying to convey a particular message to Ramachandra that Narakam and Swargam depends on the person and how they think and what they think. If a driver gets a customer, a car driver, Uber driver gets a customer, it is Swargam for him. If he doesn't get a customer, it is Narakam for him. That's how it works. Okay, so what are you trying to say here? And she says, Yat tvaya sahasa swargo nirayo yat tvaya vina iti jhanam param pritim gaccha Rama maya saha. My dear Rama, for me, if I am with you, it is swargam. If I'm away with you, that is narakam. If I am not living if I am not living with you in Ayodhya, Ayodhya is not called anymore as Ayodhya, it is narakam. If I come to you and live with you in the forest, that is no more called as forest, it is swargam for me. And that is exactly what the prayer that Kulashekara is saying here. All I need is Swargam or Narakam or Moksha. None of things really matters for me. Why it doesn't matter for me? Because you come into my heart. When I am connected with you and you are connected with me, in your presence, that is Swargam for me. If you're not present in my heart, that place narakam for me. When you are situated in my heart and I am contemplating and we are connected together, I am already attained moksha. Where is the question of I want to have separate moksha when I am with you? Nāhaṃ vandē tava caraṇayōḥ dvandvam advandvam hētōḥ kumbi pakam kurumapi hare narakam nāpirantum ramya Rama mrudu danu lata nandane nāpirantum bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. This is the fourth sloka. Now, after telling this one, he said, I'm not interested in moksha. I'm not praying for moksha. I'm not praying to go to heaven. I'm not praying so that I can be escaped from the hellish planet. Not only that, I'm not even interested in those paths that will give me these things. If I do certain things, then I will attain moksha. If I do certain things, I will go to heavenly planet. If I don't do certain things, then I may be punished to go into the hellish planet. I'm not even interested in any of those paths. And that is sloka number 5. Nāstā dharme na vasunichaye naiva kāmopabhoge yatyat bhavyam bhavatu bhagavan purva karmanu rupam yetat pratyam mama bhahu matam janma janmantarepi tvat padha boru yuga gata nishala bhaktir astu. That will be our tomorrow's sloka. Thank you all very much for joining today. Let's meet again tomorrow to see what is that. Now Kulashekara is saying that he doesn't even follow certain things, which will lead him to that particular result tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. Hare Krishna.